Alright, chat. It's your boy Makai. Welcome to Makai's Voice. If you don't know me already, my name is Makai Evans, and today we're gonna be talking about relationships with y'all. Alright, so I got my handy dandy notebook, and I asked myself like 15 questions about relationships or love or whatever you want to call it, and we about to get into it. I should do this podcast, should do this episode with my girlfriend, but we'll find a way to do that one day. You know what I'm saying? But alright, what is love, y'all? I think most people perceive love as a feeling. You see what I'm saying? People perceive love as a commitment. But mostly I think love is a commitment. You see what I'm saying? I think love is a commitment. I think love is a feeling and it's also a commitment. So that's my two definitions of love. How does love work? Love work when you know you feeling it and you receiving it. You see what I'm saying? If you feeling it, if you giving it and you receiving it, you feel what I'm saying, and the other person feel like you feel it, they feel it, and they receiving it, then you feel me. That's how you know the love working. You know what I'm saying, and y'all not giving up on each other. Like so, if you feel love, then you giving love and you receiving love, and it's a exchange, then it's working. Why do we want love? We want love because of the image that's painted in our mind of what love is. Everybody got different perceptions of love. And that's why everything, all love don't work. You get what I'm saying? Because everybody expect different things from their partner. So we want love mainly because we've been fed these fantasy stories about what love is and what love could be. So we, you know what I'm saying, we go off on trying to find that instead of trying to find ourselves. But we'll get into that. Is love good or bad? Love could be good or bad. You see what I'm saying? Love love is bad in ways when you mistake love for lust, right? Or you you perceive love as a different way than your partner, right? Or things like that. That's when love could turn bad, right? And you don't get what you want out of it. So, do we understand love? Yes, we understand love. I feel like we understand it, but I don't feel like a lot of us know what it feel like. I feel like a lot of us don't know what it looked like when it's successful. A lot of us don't know how to deal with love. A lot of us don't know how to be sane with love. Like a lot of it, like we we let it take over our lives and we don't know how to control it. So we understand it. We just don't know how to control it. We don't know how to feel it. We don't know what to do with it. We just do what we told with it. Um, are there different perceptions of love? Yes, there's different perceptions of love. Everybody, some people have, and a lot of times it's based on where you grow up, right? If you grow up and your perception of love was hard love, was, you know what I'm saying, beating on people and you know what I'm saying, that's what you gonna perceive as love, right? um but if your perception on love was fairy tales and the dude holding up the princess or walking holding this girl across the puddle and, you know what I'm saying, sacrificing his coat to put over the puddle, that's what you're gonna expect out of that man, right? And then from those different perceptions of love, you know what I'm saying, sometimes people not always gonna do that. So when you fall in love, you think, or when you categorize yourself falling in love, you think this person is gonna do that, or you expect this out of that person, and that's not gonna happen. See, one thing we mistake is we gotta accept people for people. We come into relationships with expectations of what this person gonna be like, or what this person should be like, based off of our morality, or which morality is right or wrong, based off our morality, or what we think is right or wrong, or so we gotta look at people for people and stop looking at them for what you think they gonna be, or what you think they should be, or what's good to you. You get what I'm saying? So what's the difference between love and lust? Like love is like love when you know you love somebody, when you fall in love with their mind, when you fall in love with what they do, when you fall in love with the feelings that they have, when you fall in love with how they move, right? You know it's lust when first of all you don't know the person. You get what I'm saying? When you kind of just I don't know, you admiring their beauty, and then like you think that's like some type of love at first sight, but in all reality, like my girlfriend had sent this video to me, and it said we all make mistakes about marrying the one, being the one, right? Finding the one, right? But in reality, God said in the Bible that we become one. We don't marry the one. We don't find the one. They're not the one when you meet them, but you become one. You become one body. You become one soul. You become one flesh. That's you become one. So it's going to take trials and tribulations of you understanding another person. But you don't know, we can never become one if I don't know the half of myself. If I don't know who myself is, I will never be able to truly take you on. Because if I'm still dealing with battles within myself, I cannot deal with your battles also, right? When we with somebody, we marry and they past, they present, and they future. You see what I'm saying? So you taking that person full on. If you don't have your past, your present, and your future locked in with you and set with you, then you not gonna be able to. You gonna be destroyed by theirs, or you gonna be like you just gonna be flip flop. Like your mind gonna be out of this world. You're not gonna know what to do. You see what I'm saying? And then it's gonna get hard, and you gonna feel drained, and you wonder why you drained because you dealing with yourself and you dealing with her or him. You see what I'm saying? So taking on another human being is not something that's just gonna fall out of fairy tale and just happen in your life. You know what I'm saying? You gotta my first step, I would say stop worrying about it. Stop worrying about it. I spent my whole life worrying about if I want this mug, if I want that mug, and trying to find love. I just worried my whole life about that, and once I stopped worrying about it, I found somebody that I feel like could become my one. You see what I'm saying? Or not even my one. We could become one. So I like stop worrying about it, because one thing we always get fed is, oh, we get the relationship talk before we get the find yourself talk. Like I really don't hear people really talking to their kids about finding the gifts inside. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why a lot of us be so lost. We worrying about other people and not worrying about ourselves. We got a mind that could occupy our space, but we choose another person to occupy our space. It's it's damaging. All right. Um, do we have to work for love? Do I feel like we have to work for love? No, but I do know we do. You see what I'm saying? Because you never gonna feel like you gotta work for love. You gonna be like, yeah, like in your individuality, like you gonna be like, nah, like you know what I'm saying? The person that's what I say, the mistake of thinking that you gonna be with the one, right? You gonna be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? If the person is the one, I shouldn't have to worry, but nah, you got to. Because in all reality, in real life, like in this world, like in reality, we live too much on our phones. So let me bring you back to reality. You gotta work for it. You're dealing with another person, past, present, future, they trauma. You gotta take that person as a whole. You see what I'm saying? And if that person it can't benefit you in any way, then you can't be with that person, and you gotta realize that. You see what I'm saying? Like if that person is gonna deteriorate you, then you can't be with that person. You see what I'm saying? So we got to be able to choose wisely who we with. Like not everybody is for us. They could be a good person. They could be the best person you ever met in your life, but they can't benefit you. And when you learn they past, present, and future, you realize they can't benefit you, or they don't fit in your life, or maybe y'all the same too much, so they can't fill the spaces in between yourself. You see what I'm saying? Y'all gotta fit. Like y'all got to be able to fit the gaps in between each other's lives so y'all can be one whole, be one flesh. Not everybody is gonna fit that gap. Like we learned this since we was a child, putting the blocks where the circles was, and trying to fit the circle blocks in the circle hole, and the box blocks with the in the box hole. Like you can't try to put a box block in a circle hole. You can't do that. You gotta figure that, like humans, we all different. Like you see what I'm saying? So My real advice is stop worrying about who is for you and worry about having you for yourself. That's it. That's all you need to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Your mind, your body. You got to learn yourself. It's a lot of learning that has to do with decision making in life. When you go through life, bro, you got to learn how your imagination, you like I say we always as we grow older, we work to go backwards. We work to find our childhood self. You see what I'm saying? So really the goal is to go back. Go back to your childhood self. So you gotta learn that imagination again. You gotta get your imagination going and try to relate it to the things in this world and what you could work with. You gotta find it's so much things you gotta find within yourself that you gotta regulate within yourself. Your mind, your body, your emotions, your dreams, your aspirations, anything. Some people don't even know what we like. We don't know what we like to do. And if we do, sometimes we don't even do like it's like you gotta figure out your life first. If you don't figure out your life, you can never figure out somebody else's. Should relationships be easy? I feel like they should be, but they're not gonna be. I feel like they should be, but they're not going to be. Simple as that. We live in a systemic world where no matter where you're at, you're gonna go through some type of trauma. You're gonna go through some type of damage. It's the way the white man built this system is it's well, it's prominent that you're gonna go through something. It's prominent that there's going to be some damage in your mind that you got to fix. It's prominent that that's going to happen. It's prominent that you're going to be fed something that you got to get out or it's prominent. The way this world is built, it's prominent that that's going to happen. So I feel like in the natural world, in a world where none of these rules and none of these things happen, love could be easy. But in a world where all of this is just so complicated and because the white man made it to be complicated, yes, we're gonna have complications when we try to love. So yes, it's gonna be hard, but it should be easy. Now what is the fairy tale that we live in? We live in what the white man showed us. Simple. We live in what they showed us. Romeo and Juliet, freaking all the princesses, Princess and the Frog, like all we live in these fairy tales. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, like it never equates to what's built in real life. So it's like, how can we live in that and we how can we expect that and we live in this? We gotta be in reality, folks. Like, look at the people around you. Nobody is no goddamn Romeo and Juliet. Nobody is no goddamn princess. Nobody live in a castle. We not no. Nobody's doing that. Snap back into reality. Like, look at where we at. Look at how love is gonna work to where we at. We have to figure this out. Can't figure it out by watching movies and like, yeah, we gotta do it like this. No, we don't gotta do it like that because that's not our life. See, what I did a long time ago is I decided that I'm gonna make my life my movie. You know what I'm saying? I stopped watching movies because I said no. The movies is not gonna be my entertainment. My life is gonna be my entertainment. You see what I'm saying? Make your life your entertainment. Take control of your life. Drive your boat. You know what I'm saying? Make your life like the movies. Don't let the movie rule your life. Don't let the movie be your life. Make your life be the movie. Simple as that. So next question is, why do we not know ourselves because of relationship? Because we put too much into another person before we put too much into ourselves. We should be battling ourselves, arguing with ourselves, being frustrated with ourselves, having battles in our mind before we ever got sit here and have the freaking audacity to have a battle and an argument and all of this stuff with somebody else's mind. We do. How can we have the audacity to love somebody else, argue with somebody else, do all this with somebody else, go through this with somebody else, and not do that with yourself? Before you even did that with yourself, you doing it with somebody else. How you expect yourself to fix? y'all y'all both finding yourself in one another, and then y'all don't have the pieces to the puzzle. The pieces to the puzzle is within inside you. You will know who's for you when you know yourself, but you don't know yourself, so you picking and choosing. It's a guessing game. We gotta realize, like, can't be guessing no more. We gotta know, and all the answers is within you. So know you. You get what I'm saying? I told somebody, um, I told somebody before, don't leave no thought unrecognized. Cause that's your thought, that's you. That's your feeling, that's you. Everything is you. Everything going on in your body and your mind is you. Stop leaving it unrecognized. You get what I'm saying? You gotta, cause every that's how you learn yourself, cause everything is you, right? So do we truly value a relationship? Do we truly value relationships? Not all of us. You know what I'm saying? And when I say relationships could go farther than boyfriend and girlfriend. Relationships could be just family relationships, friend relationships, anything relation. Do we value relationships? We don't, because we don't know the value in a relationship. We don't know what we're looking for. We're looking for the feeling. We're looking for the love. That's all we don't know. Or we looking for love. We looking for lust. We looking for the the profile, the social status that we gonna get from it. We looking for all this other stuff, but we not looking for that relationship. We not looking for that person. We not valuing that just what you could get out of that relationship. We're valuing everything that could you're we don't value relationship for real. And I think I think I think we just value the the space of being in somebody else's vicinity, like the space of being in somebody else's space, right? Or the comfortability in being with somebody else, right? Because we don't find comfort in being alone. So that's why we value relationship, because some of our relationships don't even benefit us. Some of our friendships don't even benefit us. But we choose to be with them because why? Because we value the comfortability in not being by ourselves and being with somebody else that values us. You value the space. You don't value that person. You don't value that love. You don't value the what you could get from it. You value the space, you value the comfortability, you value the comfort, you value the comfort. All right. Does public status matter in a relationship? It could matter. If you build an empire with somebody, it could matter. Because if you want to uphold a status with yourself, you got to uphold a status with your partner too. You see what I'm saying? Because, but if it shouldn't matter. You see what I'm saying? And because I don't think nobody should judge nobody. You get what I'm saying? I don't think nobody could judge nobody. But um, in the hierarchy world that we live in, it does, because we gotta realize if we want to be followed, we gotta be leaders, right? So if you, if people could like, if you represent yourself, or if people could bash you for how you represent yourself, or how your woman or your man or whoever you with represent themselves, they won't want to follow you. They won't want to be with you. You can't be the leader that you want to be, right? But I'm gonna always be that leader, right? And and if I know my woman, I know my woman always gonna be that leader. I know my woman always gonna be who she is, no matter what nobody say, no matter what. Cause I know, cause for me knowing my woman, I know what she feel, I know what she thinks, so I know what's gonna come behind that, right? And if she can't speak it, I'm gonna speak it for her. You see what I'm saying? And if you know what I'm saying, that's how we balance each other out, right? So I'm never gonna be ashamed of what my woman do, how my woman move, because I know where those feelings coming from. I know what's going on inside her mind. I know what's going on inside her body, and I know. right? But I can make a better decision based off of what she not feeling, based off of what she not seeing, and I could even articulate my words for her if she feeling too much emotion to even be able to do that. I'm gonna be able to do that, right? And that's how we one unit, one squad, one motion, one body, one mind, right? Because I'm saying she could stand on things that maybe I'm not able to stand, or I can't see, or it's just blind to me, or whatever, whatever, whatever. You get what I'm saying? These is things that we balance each other out. So she know me, my mind, my body, what I feel, what I think, and I know her, what she feel, what she think, and if I understand what my woman feel and what she think, and I agree with what she think and what she feel, then I'm gonna agree with her. Then anything that she do, I'm not gonna disagree with. So you want to have a problem with her, what she do, you gonna come to me, and I'll evaluate the situation and tell you where you wrong. See what I'm saying? So now should a relationship just be two people? I think it definitely builds a stronger relationship when it's just two people, right? Some people like to have monogamy, or I don't know, like I don't even know what it's called, but more people than two people in a relationship. Some people like two women, some girls like two dudes, whatever you like. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but I think it's a stronger relationship when it's two people. I think it builds a stronger bond. I think it's a stronger like unit. I think it's just better like that, right? Because that's where the love come from. The love come from the loyalty. You know what I'm saying? And when the love come from the loyalty, because when you loyal with that person through thick and thin, through ups and downs, right? And y'all working and y'all succeeding, right? And you see progress, and it's progress, and it builds the love, right? You feel the love more instead of just constantly giving up to your thoughts, right? Giving up to see. That's why I say if you ain't master yourself, you probably gonna cheat. And that goes to all cheaters bad, because you probably gonna cheat if you ain't master yourself and master your mind, master your body. Then you gonna listen to your body when you're not supposed to. You gonna listen to your mind when you're not supposed to, because you ain't map your brain out. You ain't map these thoughts out to know what's bad and what's good, and what's good and what's bad. You're not gonna be able to take care of a woman, and take care of her needs, because your body is also, and your body and your mind is also in the way of that too. You got some things that's not going to benefit her, so you got to realize, okay, what's bad and what's good for this relationship and for this woman, and you got to master yourself in that way. And if you're not mastering yourself, if you ain't go through them battles with yourself, if you ain't argue with yourself, if you ain't go through trials and tribulations with yourself, but you going through it with this person, you're going to cheat on that person. You're going to do something bad with that. It's something bad going to happen, because you can't value, you can't you can't value that person for that person, because you can't even value yourself. So it's a lot of, so are all cheaters bad? No, all cheaters not bad, because all cheaters go cheaters go through things. We go through things with our mind, with our body. These are trials and tribulations that we go through to really figure out ourselves, to figure out what we want to do, to figure out what's wrong and good, to figure out what's good and bad, to understand how to treat a woman. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, so not all cheaters are bad, no, right? But you know what I'm saying? Should you take a cheater back? I mean, I don't think nah, you don't. You should. Because in all reality, that person is learning. Let them learn. You feel what I'm saying? Like, when you go through stuff, you learn from that. So let them lose a good woman. Let them lose that good, because that's gonna benefit them in the future, because they're gonna realize what they need and what don't check. Nah, no, don't do it. Because sometimes with the repetition of constantly taking somebody back when they did something wrong, it don't register as wrong in their mind. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to implant that in their mind. Wrong. Just like with a child. If you let a child get away with something that's bad, and you tell them that's bad, but they don't get no type of consequence from it, nothing, then they're gonna like, oh yeah, like I could get away with this. So like, it's good for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, it gotta de-benefit them when they do that. So if you leaving is the best de-benefit for them, see, but I don't even mess with women cheating back, because you devaluing yourself by cheating back, because you leaving is not enough. That's you telling yourself that you leaving is not enough to hurt this man or to make him get on the right path. You cheating You cheating, you have to take that extra step and get out of your character, get out of your mind, get out of your femininity to make this man feel bad, when all that is damaging you and making him feel better for what he did because of what you did. You see what I'm saying? So now you devaluing your femininity by allowing by telling yourself, "Oh, I'm not enough. I'm not leaving because, or I'm going to cheat because I'm not enough to hurt him. Me leaving is not enough to hurt him. I was never enough. So I'm a cheat so he feels it 10 times worse. But in our reality, you just benefiting him. Because now he could look at you as a hoe. He could look at you as a slut. Now he could be like, shit, I'm glad I cheated. So I made the right decision because I ain't with this hoe no more. Stop devaluing yourself like that. Stop devaluing your femininity. You got to get out of that, because all that you telling, yeah, like I just said, stop devaluing your femininity. Stay in your femininity, bro. You a goddess. Stay with that. Don't let nobody bring your value down, bring your femininity down. Don't stoop that low. You a woman. Forgiveness or forget. Should you forget? Should you forgive? You really should. Um, and I feel like people don't want to forget because they always want to remember. But in all reality, you're never gonna forget something that hurt, that had a lot of emotion to it. So that's why I say forgive and forget, so you can forget in the moment, right? Because forgive that person, forgive them and forget it, because if you don't forget it, you're going to constantly remember it, right? And then that's going to be a PTSD response. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. When you forgive and forget, you learn from what you did, or what that experience was. You're going to learn from it. You see what I'm saying? You're going to learn from it, right? So just because you're not processing it in your brain and your mind, your body, thoughts are real, experiences are real, right? So you feel something, and you have a thought process from it, and da da da, right? And then you forgive and forget that person. You only forgive and forget that person for the sanity of your mind, so you can move on. But your body and your mind remembers that, right? So you're not constantly replaying it in your conscious mind and da 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 da, but your subconscious and your body learned from it. So you're not traumatized, but you're I want to rhyme, but I can't rhyme. But you're not traumatized, but you're elevated now. You understand more now. You're on a higher level now. You can avoid these situations now. Your body and your mind will avoid them situations without you having to tell it to. So yes, you should forgive and forget, but that's not telling you that forget all about it. Don't learn from the trauma from it. Don't, you know what I'm saying? No, because you're gonna learn from it. Always learn from it. You don't have to consciously register and remember it to embed it in your brain. No, because you're just constantly replaying the thing, and you're damaging yourself. Stop damaging yourself. Forgive and forget, because your body always gonna remember. We are very spiritual beings. What we experience is gonna be with us forever. Stop acting like once it's forgotten and it's good. No, you're gonna be fine. Just move on, and you don't have to remember it. You're gonna know. You don't have to remember it, because you're gonna know if it happens again. You're gonna know. Your body will tell you, your mind will tell you, you're gonna know. But you don't have to think about it all the time for you to know. You don't have to. So trust your body. All right? Trust your mind. Trust yourself. Trust you. All right? Stop put okay, all right, so like that's why I say trust your body, because your body gonna tell you. Your mind don't always have to remember it for your body to tell you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, trust your body. You feel what I'm saying? Okay. And that's it. That's all I got for y'all. This is like a 30-minute video, so I appreciate y'all listening, and I appreciate y'all. You feel me? I hope y'all got some gems out of this video, and I'm gonna be here on another day, on another hour, and we're gonna talk about some other things. So I appreciate y'all. Makai the philosopher is out. I appreciate y'all. Comment philosophy if you made it this far. Peace out.